SAI Latoile Cameroon present. The measures to be taken when searching for a land. Text available on www.sai-latoile.com. Hello. Making the decision to acquire a piece of land is the best choice you can make. Realizing this project requires a search for the plot of land, adapted to the predefined needs. To be safe from these risks and difficulties, it is necessary to have by your side a real estate professional who makes arrangements for you. These measures are grouped in 4 steps. Step 1. A visit of the parcel of land. It consists of physically identifying the parcel of land. To do so, we must actually descend on the scene. Even in this light, it is still possible that you get duped, as a false seller can take you on a parcel of land that does not correspond to the plot he possesses. Second step, identification of information concerning the parcel of land. You must go to the cadastre service in your area for the verification of information concerning the location of the parcel, the land title number, the block, the lot, the parcel area and the name of the owner. This step allows you to check if actually the documents submitted by the seller are authentic. Third step, legal verification of the property. It consists of obtaining the certificate of ownership from the Department of Domains and the Land Conservation. The ownership certificate is a document of paramount importance, because in addition to confirm the identity of the owner, or owners, it allows one to know if the parcel, which one proposes to you, is not charged with any right or real expenses. This is to say, if it is not subject to a pre-rating, partial or total, a mortgage, financial or judicial, or a declaration of public utility, etc. At this stage, the risk of falling into the nets of a hustler remains, and in fourth stage, the meeting of a professional is and remains, safety, warranty and good success for your projects. Seasoned interlocutor. He knows the ropes of the profession, and helps you detect inconsistencies, or scams in the negotiation of your business. During visit of the plot of land, the professional, through his expertise, knows the place, and conducts investigations that allow him to distinguish between true and false. During the legal verification, the professional checks for you if on the certificate of ownership, the land is not encumbered with any charges or real rights. Thus, although it is important to observe and take the listed provisions, it nevertheless remains that the individual, who sets himself solely in taking of these measures, remains despite everything a prey, at the mercy of the first predator, and exposes itself to consequences, and serious risks, among which, the meeting of fake sellers. These are people, who usurp the identity of the real owners, to sell parcels that do not belong to them. Next, the purchase of a plot, on a non-buildable area, declared public utility zone, or green zone. If you build on an area having this status, you will be summoned to leave by the competent authority, and you will not be compensated. Thirdly, the purchase of a parcel that does not have an approved subdivision plan. By buying on such an area, you cannot obtain a planning certificate, and therefore no building permit. Therefore, you will not be able to undertake the realization of your project. Fourthly, the purchase of a parcel having a false land title. In this case, when the owner with the real land title will come to claim his right, you will have no way to defend yourself. This marks the beginning of a long time in the courts. The courts, which generate heavy financial burdens and enormous stress. Fifth consequence. The evictions. When you build on a non-buildable area, you are destroyed without compensation, as you are supposed to know that this area is unfit for construction. And finally, the arrests for possession of false documents. When you have in possession a fake document, the administrative authority considers you first of all as a forger. This very often implies stays in prisons that can be short or long, depending on the time taken to assert your innocence. Finally, we retain from the problematic of the measures to take in the search for a plot of land. That beyond these various stages, which seem quite clear to the layperson, the one who launches himself alone in taking these measures, remains vulnerable because, as we said, the real estate professional remains the only guarantee of the success of your project, in a sector as complex and opaque as the real estate sector.
Thank you for having followed this other video of the SAI Lotwal Cameroon. If you liked it, then follow us on our YouTube page to have the next episode.
Meet us on www.sai-lotwal.com.
Facebook on SAI Lotoil Cameroon, Twitter on @SAI Lotoil, LinkedIn on Société d'Aménagement et Immobilier Lotoil, SAI Lotoil, Cameroon, Instagram on @SAI Lotoil Cameroon, and finally, YouTube on SAI Lotoil.